Hey guys, Brady Walker, Director of Fit to Function, and I'm talking today about the squat, the neutral spine, and why you shouldn't be staying away from it if you have a bad back. Now this is a general shout out for the movement of squats. If you've got specifics, if you're post-preg, pre-preg, if you've got pre-existing injury in the sense of disc bulge, the hips are out of whack, obviously you need to take your own advice here, seek your specialists or your AHP's professional advice. But what I'm saying for Gen Pop that are just sitting down at the desk for too long, your body is deteriorating and your brain is telling you to stay away from things that give you even the littlest bit of grief, and it's got to stop. There's nothing wrong with a squat, and if you're feeling it in your back, I've got bad news for you. You're just weak as a kitten and you need to toughen it up a little bit. Not in the sense that you need to toughen up, but you've got to get that foundation strength in place to make sure that you're moving appropriately to live a good life. That's all this stuff's about. You've got to be able to hinge. I don't mind who you believe in, God, Buddha, Geshna, whoever it is, but you need to understand that the body is set up to use this big hinge. That's how we do it. It's a massive hinge through the middle of the hips, and we need to be making sure that that's effective and this spine doesn't do anything. If you're feeling that your back is under a lot of pressure or you've had pre-existing injury, it's probably because the setup hasn't been right and you've gone into some sort of load and it's been too much for you at that time. Let's take a look at maintaining the neutral spine in a squat, okay? Easy. Stand straight up and down and we're in a neutral spine. That's all we have to do. Outside again of scoliosis, any particular issues for you, misalignment through the hips, laxed ligaments, etc. in the stages of pregnancy or post-preg stuff, that is the neutral spine for 99% of people unless there's something else going on. So all we need to do is make sure that the hip hinge is sufficient, okay? Establish the shape in the squat and the neutral spine remains. Nothing happens to the back itself, okay? Hips come through, I'm still stood up and down in a neutral spine. Hips bend or flex or break, whatever you want to call it, and the neutral spine remains. There's a couple of things going on down in the lumbar and the SI joint, etc., where the spine meets the pelvis, but generally speaking, you're in a neutral position there. That's all you need to be worrying about. What we do see a lot of is the hips staying inside because people feel heavy in that bent position or that flexed position. So we need to be working on that foundation stuff, as I said. But to simply move and break through those hips, it's a neutral spine. So don't ever tell me again that you can't do a squat because your back hurts. The load's too heavy, you've got poor form, you've had a previous injury or you're misaligned somewhere, that's fine, but you've got to sort that out. You cannot go through your life not hinging properly or being completely sat down, so then when you do get up, your hips don't work properly because they're all shortened and they're all weakened and they're all tight because you're constantly in that 90-degree flexion, in a seat, at work, on the couch, whatever your mojo is. You've got to get out of it. I do explain to people that they need to establish the shape first and then the height of that movement. Therefore, and take note of my back, neutral spine still, height established through the legs. The back never factors in. OMG, LOL, FML, WTF, whatever. You've got to start to understand that you can control all of that stuff via a good hinge. And if the hinge doesn't feel good, there's bigger problems at play and you need to look at it. Establish the shape and then move into the height with these big muscle groups. Whoever you believe in built us. There's a reason we've got big muscles that cover 1/3 of our body in quads, hammies and glutes. There's a reason they're there, and they're right under the biggest ability we have to move in the hinge itself or the hips. Look after yourself, treat yourself well, understand that you're capable, just need to be exposing yourself to the right stimulus to make sure you're moving in the right direction. Hope you're being good to yourself so you can be amazing to other people. I'll catch you real soon.